Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to transform my wardrobe into a digital wardrobe. I'm going to take a photo of every single piece I own, upload it to a platform called Indyx, and I am convinced that this is going to be a game changer for my wardrobe as well as my style. Let's go back to December of last year. A month ago, I decided I wanted to create a digital wardrobe in 2025 because I saw this as the answer to a lot of style issues we often run into. Whether that is having lots of clothes but nothing to wear, whether that is trying to figure out our authentic style, or just figuring out what basics we wear and don't wear in our wardrobe, the digital wardrobe solves and answers a lot of those questions. So come along with me today and set up my wardrobe from start to finish. I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, but only in the last couple of days have I got it 100% set up and ready to go. So let's get into it, and by the end of this video, you will know everything as well. I'm gonna start by just showing you quickly what the digital wardrobe platform looks like, so then everything I talk about makes sense, and then we're gonna go back and I'll show you how to create your own. When I head into my app, I can see items, outfits, and collections. So items is pretty self-explanatory. These are all the pieces I own in my wardrobe. On the next tab, we have outfits. You can create outfits for different seasons, different occasions, events, and I love the way this looks. It's just so fun. It reminds me a lot of the games I used to play when I was growing up, where you like drag and drop clothes onto a model. It is very inspiring to see my wardrobe laid out in a completely different way than I usually see it. I feel like the combinations I come up with here are not necessarily the outfits I gravitate towards every day, and it's purely because I'm seeing my clothes in a slightly different way when it's presented to me this way. That is a huge benefit of a digital wardrobe that I have found already, because now I have so many new combinations I'm very excited to try and I hadn't previously worn. The final tab is collection. This is an amazing way just to organize and curate little edits within your larger wardrobe. What I am so excited about is creating a travel capsule here. So every time I travel, I can put together a little packing list and then figure out what outfits I want to wear while traveling. But of course, it doesn't just have to be for travel. It can literally be planning outfits for the week ahead. I want to go back to talk about why the digital wardrobe, because I'm not gonna lie, it takes a little time, takes a little effort. I do have a few shortcuts that will make it so much quicker, but it does still take a little time to get used to, and of course, to upload all the clothes. Towards the end of last year, a question that kept on popping up for me was that, am I buying clothes to collect clothes, or am I buying clothes to look my best and feel my best every day? So if I want to focus on looking and feeling my best with my clothing, I want to spend less time shopping and browsing, and I want to spend a little bit more time figuring out what are the best combinations for me. So styling. And the digital wardrobe is a great place just to mix and match things together, to figure out new combinations, try new things, and really maximize how confident I feel in my clothes and how much I love the outfits I put together. I want to shift some of my time away from browsing, and I want to move that towards styling, improving, elevating, and glowing up my style. Second reason I recommend the digital wardrobe, and I've been wanting to do it myself, is that I have done so many videos about what not to buy. So then it begs the question, like, what do we actually buy? I've gotten a few questions like this as well. Helen, what are the staples I should buy? I'm a bit stuck. I want to tell you, I want to recommend things, but you really need to look at what you wear right now and base it off that. So if you track your outfits on this digital wardrobe app, you are able to see very clearly what are the pieces you genuinely wear and feel good in, and go from there when you're building your wardrobe or when you're editing down your wardrobe. This information is going to guide you on what your wardrobe basics are, what you could have more of in your wardrobe, and what you definitely don't need to buy in the future. I hear this quote online a lot: you don't need more clothes, you need more ideas. I think it comes from Alison Bornstein. I think she says this a lot. I know it's true that more clothes is not going to give me more outfits. What's going to give me more outfits is having the ideas, having the inspiration, and then really putting effort into bringing that inspiration to life. Digital wardrobe is a perfect place for that. In the morning when we have 5 minutes, it's so hard to be at our best creatively. Whereas if I can plan outfits the night before or on the Sunday before the week starts, it gives me a lot more creativity, in how I dress, what I wear for the week ahead. Cost per wear. This app is able to help you track cost per wear because you can insert the information of when you bought this item, the price, and every time you wear it, you'll be able to see that cost per wear go down. I have purchased in my wardrobe some things that are a little ridiculous in price, like a dress, and it's outrageously expensive. But I do know that the cost per wear for those pieces will likely come down. Sometimes if I get an item and the quality is just not good, and I manage to only get like 10, maybe 20 wears out of it, the price still stays quite high compared to something I spent a little bit more on and I've worn 40 or 50 times. On the flip side, maybe there are times where you buy something really expensive and then you're not able to get the cost per wear down to a point you're happy with. So then that will inform your future wardrobe decisions, and I just feel like it will tell me something about my wardrobe. I will talk about this a lot this year, but you can't have your best style without repeating outfits. I feel like the first time I wear an item, it's always very safe. It might look good, but it's very safe. And then I start to experiment. Every time I will add on to the outfit, figure out how I like to wear it, how I don't like to wear it, and it eventually just keeps on improving based on trial and error. Repeating outfits is the key to mastering your style, and with this digital wardrobe, I can go back to previous outfits, repeat them really easily whenever I'm in a rush, and maybe change up one or two things and be out the door. So I think it encourages repeating because I have a reference to all the outfits I've worn in the past. And then the very last thing is what I said about travel packing or creating little collections within the app. I love the idea that I can have an archive for travel packing. I can kind of base my list on what worked and what didn't work last time. And that is going to be a lifesaver. It's gonna save me so much time when I'm travel packing. I'm heading to Japan next week for some skiing and a road trip, and this is the function I'm going to use to decide what I'm going to pack and then to create the 14 days of outfits so I don't pack with me more than I need. Let me share with you my best tips for getting your wardrobe onto the platform. The shortcut that you have to know is that you want to minimize taking photos as much as possible. What this means is that you want to look at the websites of the places you bought the clothes. You want to grab their photo of the clothing against a white background and use that item. For most bags, shoes, and a lot of the clothing out there will be that photo at the very end of the listing. This is a crazy time saver. You can just screenshot, put into the app, and it takes seconds. The benefit of this is that the photos also look amazing, and you can definitely tell which photos I screenshot and which photos I took myself, because it's definitely going to look neater this way. Let's just say you thrifted something or something is older, you can't find a photo. You can also find a similar item if it's a simple piece. For example, a white t-shirt or, a striped top. You don't have to take the photo yourself if it's pretty simple, and you can find a reasonable dupe of it online. With something like a white t-shirt, I might have 3 or 4 in my collection, but I've only taken photos of one for my digital wardrobe because I don't see the point of having 4 of the same white t-shirts. I will get the idea and then I'll just go into my wardrobe and grab any t-shirt to recreate the outfit that I've put together. Let's talk about actually taking the photos. So what I've found is that the background removal tool of this app is extremely good. I've taken some photos where, the background is a similar color and it still managed to remove the background really well. I will lay down a towel just so my clothes are not on the floor. And then basically you want your clothing to best resemble a square. And what I mean is for the arms of your sweaters and like long sleeve t-shirts, you don't want them to be out. You want them to be very close to the body so it doesn't make the size of the garments really small. You'll see side by side that if I stretch the arms out, the item becomes tiny in my digital wardrobe. Whereas if I keep the arms quite close, it creates a nice size where I can still see the item clearly in my wardrobe. I followed a tutorial on Christina's channel where Devin comes to help Christina take some photos. This was really helpful where they showed how to tuck the kind of armpits in a little bit. how to tuck like the crotch of a pant in a little bit to create a nice shape. I want my photos to turn out as good as possible, so I did use this trick and I found it very helpful. The other thing is that sometimes when I take a picture of the clothing flat, it doesn't really capture the way this clothing looks on my body. So the Tibi coat, I took a photo where it's just flat and it looks really weird. So I actually like just created some creases, created some movement, and then took another photo because this way it actually shows the drape of the coat and I feel like it better reflects the item. So sometimes I'll have a play around with it if it's looking a bit off to make sure it captures the way that piece of clothing will actually look on. I found a lot of dresses laid flat just did not look good, so I ended up just putting them on the hanger. Does it look the best? No, but at least you can see the drape of the dress and it looks like a dress, whereas laid flat sometimes it just looks like nothing. So sometimes I will do this if I have to get the garment looking closest to it does in real life. I would say I did about 20% of the photos myself, and then the other 80% I took from online imagery. This meant that it really only took me about 2 or 3 sessions to get the photos done, and maybe I only took photos for like half an hour each session. So it didn't take me too long to get the photos up, and that was really good because I used photos from the internet. It's faster to take all the photos and then to do all the uploading. It saves a lot of time, but I will say at the beginning when you're just starting, take 1 or 2 photos first, test it out, make sure the lighting is good, make sure you're happy with the photos and how they look in the app before you take the rest of the photos, just in case there is something you wanted to change before taking photos of your whole wardrobe. Once you've completed the hardest part of getting your wardrobe onto Indyx, you move on to the fun stuff of styling. So here are some of the outfits I've created. One of them is like a go-to outfit for me right now. I've repeated it a few times this week. Little t-shirt and this one skirt. The skirt is new in my collection. I'm still figuring out how I want to wear it, how I like to wear it. So this is like a really simple look and we can build off from here. Some days maybe I'll change the color of the t-shirt, go for yellow, go for different colors, but we're building on from this base outfit. This is an example of me using this app just to create outfit formulas that I can refer to and build on from there. And then we also have outfits like this one where it's a little bit more mixed and matched. Yes, these are all pieces that are very simple and basic and I do wear them, but in this particular combination, I don't think I would have thought of had it not been for the app. So the reason is sometimes because I've got pieces stored in different parts of my apartment. So these boots are kind of tucked in the corner. Sometimes I don't see them. So I might forget to wear them unless I'm seeing it on this app. And then it's even just like this skirt, it's been pushed towards the side of my wardrobe, but this is just incentive for me to go and grab that skirt because I know it's gonna go so well with this outfit and look a little bit more polished and put together. I could see from here that the skirt has some of that brown, so I could tie it in with this bag, but then keep the black in the boots to do a little black and brown moment, which I especially enjoy. The 2 main benefits I've noticed myself is that firstly, it helps me remember what I've worn in the past. You know, sometimes I forget if I can't see it visually. So it encourages me to repeat the outfits I really liked. And then secondly, it almost gives me a more objective look at my wardrobe. And it doesn't have the hierarchy of my existing wardrobe, where some things I wear the most are in the center, things I never wear on the side, things I never ever wear are in storage. This way I can see things all the time and then actually go and grab those pieces if they really work with my outfit today. Especially if you don't keep all your clothes in one space. This is really good. When I'm looking at my wardrobe this way, it also makes me want to click on the items that I haven't worn in a while and create new outfits. So encouraging me to style pieces that have been a little neglected or pushed to the back in my wardrobe. And then the part I was most excited about, let me show you my travel capsule. It's a work in progress. I'm not leaving till next Friday. I am the master of overpacking and underpacking. I always underpack clothes when it's a relaxing getaway, and I always overpack clothes when I want to shoot a lot of content. So trying to get it right this time. It's a winter trip, so because of that, I will be packing a little bit more. This is what I have right now. So 20 something pieces because we're including accessories. And then these are all the outfits I will be able to create. So I'm going to have a look at this over the next week. Let me show you some of my favorites. I feel like this is a really good travel day outfit. So a stripe, a warm scarf, pop of color bag, and some sneakers. Would I use that bag for a travel day? No. But I would use this canvas bag. And then on top of all my outfits, I'm gonna wear the brown coats because that's the only coat I'm bringing. So I haven't felt the need to include that coat in all of the outfits because I know that that's gonna go over the top. I'm noticing at this point for my travel capsule that all the outfits kind of look the same. So it's because my color palette is very rigid and very neutral, which is not very me, to be honest. So now I know I need to go back into my items and add a little color and think about positioning the color in a place that will help add color to all of my outfits. So I'm thinking like a scarf or a bag or an accessory that adds on to any outfit. You can kind of see I'm going back and forth to create my travel capsule and create it in a way that is going to make getting dressed while I'm traveling so easy. And then once I'm happy with the 14 outfits that I am going to wear on the trip, I can then assign it to different days. So add to calendar and I can select the date. Of course, you can do this for your typical wardrobe planning as well, but I love that. Imagine waking up and just like opening my app and deciding what to wear. So now let's talk about how having a digital wardrobe helps us keep track of our clothes better. So what are the tracking tools that this app is able to offer? So firstly, at first glance, you're able to see how many items you have in each category. So how many tops you have versus how many bottoms you have, how many scarves you have, how many boots you have. So when you're shopping and you're thinking about another pair of black boots, you can open this app and see that you have 3 pairs and they're perfect. This is a great way to just stop me from those purchases when I open my app and I see that I have an alternative and it's working fine. Can you do this without the app? Of course, but there is something about seeing your wardrobe there and then that really creates a lot of clarity on why I don't need that item and why I should put it back. Something else I noticed while using this app is that it clears up some incorrect assumptions I had about my style and what I wear. I feel like I wear color all the time. I feel like I'm wearing color all the time. But looking at this app, and as I start to track cost per wear, this will become more obvious. I have a couple of colors and colorful pieces that I wear all the time, but I wouldn't say this extends to all of my colorful pieces. Things like this rust sweatshirt, I have not worn that often, but things like this yellow t-shirt I have worn so many times. This is quite interesting for me. I think it tells me something about the colors I gravitate towards, but also potentially the seasons in which I like to wear color more than others. If you're thinking this whole digitizing your wardrobe is a lot of fuss, it's kind of like a lot of work, doesn't really make sense, I would say that for me it's kind of like a game. I'm very nerdy about data like this. I really love to see the numbers. I love to gamify things. It's kind of something satisfying for myself. I love to play with like my little outfits on my visual board here in the app. So it's fun for me. But if this sounds just like too much fuss, these are all things that you can consider without having the app as well. Come on, like cost per wear, we can all work this out without the app. You just need a spreadsheet. Before we wrap up this video, I also want to talk about how I'm going to use it moving forward. Something I really want to do is to get a stylist to take a look at my wardrobe and come up with outfits for me. So especially I want someone with different style to create those outfits for me. The reason for this is that I am very drawn to something like playful style, but playfulness isn't something that always comes out in my everyday outfits. Like today, there's not much of that. It's more like simple, it's pretty put together, but it's not necessarily playful at all. I know I could add like a beaded necklace or like a fun quirky item, but I want more inspiration in this avenue. For me, it'll just be super fun for someone to shop my wardrobe and give me some inspo. If you'd like to have a look through my wardrobe, I will link to my index down below. You can kind of have a look at my combinations, you can have a look at what I own, and take some inspiration from it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I would love for you to go give this video a like. If you'd like to see more from me, I have a new newsletter. Second issue has just come out, all about what not to buy for your wardrobe. So subscribe down below if you'd like to receive that every fortnight. Let me know what you think about the digital wardrobe. I'm so excited about it right now, and I can't wait to see what I can do on this app. Hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you next one. Bye.